afternoon, good evening, or dead night as it may be. This is the Racing Statistics Channel, and this is Crash with you live for our coverage of the Austrian Grand Prix here at the Red Bull Ring. Well, thank everyone here. Yeah, that was a wild quali yesterday. We stayed a little overtime after that session to sort things out because who knew? Double yellow, single yellow? Was that legal? Was it not legal? Apparently was that Russell. So again, Max did crash. You can see he's didn't break park for me. It was mostly wing damage yesterday. But that we thought that scuttled both Russell and Anthony's left, but apparently Russell got by, still got on pole. Yeah, controversial, crazy. But the rules, but ultimately it was only a single yellow, not a double yellow. And therefore the lap stayed for Russell, and he's on pole. Antonelli gets fourth. But the other story here is it's Ferrari. They're second and third. We know that they've got that great jump off the line, and with again Spielberg is 600 meters above sea level, so we're getting about 6 to 8% less air going through those engines and turbos. And those turbos are smaller for the Ferrari already, so they don't have to push as much. Again, they don't have to push as much air as the others, but still. We know that they get a good jump. With less air, with those smaller turbos, they could get even better, could be a better jump. Having said that, we've seen the Mercedes do better with their starts. So it will be one of the first stories that we'll be looking at when we start. How's the Austrian heat, by the way, Grash? It's like Texas heat. I'll tell you right now. What you basically there's a heat dome over Europe right now, and you guys are sweltering. It's Tuesday for me. literally, it's been like all last week. Even more. It's been like 3 weeks. I'm at the point right now where I have bottles of water in my fridge, which I refill just so I have cold water because the water that comes out of my tap will be lukewarm. And that's where I am at with my Texas heat. So. Pray for rain in the string race. Yeah, no, we're not going to get race. We're not going to get rain in this race. Um, I know it's at a 10% chance, but it's really not gonna come. We are coming to the top of the hour right now, and that will be our formation lap. Yeah, there's no reason for you guys to be counting down in chat that the way you guys are doing. That's spam. So please don't. So the formation lap has started. So they're looking at a potentially two-stop strategy, a medium, hard type strategy, all about 21, 27, 23, and then two-stop, medium, hard, medium, in that regards. I don't think everyone who's here like cars, like racing fan, like Pre-Ben over on Twitch. Or on YouTube, our channel members, Shay, 65, Paula, Sid, if you haven't, Maki, who else is here? Panu's here. Andy's here. Scott might be here. He said he set an alarm at 8 for 8 p.m. 8 a.m. yesterday. Sid's here. Yeah, these are the people who have badges. They've joined the channel. They're throwing a few bucks each month, so thank you so much. One of the benefits they have, Andy just showed off one of the special emotes. That's the Saint emote. Rudy asking, when does it start? We're starting right now. We're doing around on the formation lap right now. So the Red Bull Ring apparently sold out with 320,000 people attending over the weekend, apparently. And George has gotten, so we've gone around already. Lisa's here. Cars is here. Soup is here. So I've already gone around and we're looking at McLaren, Norris, and Oscar now lining up. So this is a quick lap. Here's Scott. You just need coffee. You just woke up, my friend. They're currently lined up. We're looking at the back of the grid at the moment. Bottas being, no, that was Alonso being a little squirrely going into the box. So they have lined up. Green flag. I believe this is the 5-second build-up. Where are our lights? 3 lights, 2 lights, 1 light, and off they are racing. So good launch for George, good launch for Russell. Hamilton is coming back. Looks like Anthony went off track for some reason. Then we've got Max, Norris, Oscar, and Isaac fighting position. Ferraris are side by side going. I think this is turn 3 at this point. So far, 3 wide. It would be Oscar, Norris, Lawson right now going 3 wide. It's clear right now we've got George up front. We've got the Ferraris next to each other. Yeah, at times side by side. Hamilton getting ahead of Leclerc. Then we've got Antonelli, Max, the McLarens, Lawson, Isaac Lindblad. And that's our. And so at this point, the race is spreading out. Yeah, the Ferraris have separated themselves, and Hamilton's got a bit of a jump on Leclerc at this point. The losers right now, basically, Gasly's down 2, Bierman's down 2, Colapino's lost 4 places, and Bottas is down 1. God damn. Colapino is my driver on the bingo board, so he's down three places already. Race control saying it. Overtake is enabled. Who's going side by side at the moment? I think that's a Leclerc, Hamilton. Sorry, Leclerc, Antonelli, Verstappen. It looks like Max is going to get ahead of Antonelli, so Antonelli's losing a position right now. That puts Antonelli behind, puts him ahead of the 2 McLarens at the moment. (34.7 degrees). I mean, that's the air temperature, but that's like over. We're talking about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. We're talking heat. The track temperature is 49.7. I mean, we saw it at 50 yesterday, and the temperatures should rise throughout the rest of the day. It's sunny. You know, day to put on thick layer of sunscreen at the race. We are on lap 3 of this 71 lap race. And the big news is that Leclerc has dropped 2 places. Max and Hamilton have moved up. Max is up 2 places, Hamilton up 1 place. Antonelli has dropped a place. Oscar's up position, Norris has dropped a position. So Papaya's have swapped positions. Lawson's up position, Isaac has lost a position. Gasly's down 2, Bamman's down 2. Science Albin Perez up a position, while Campino has dropped 3. And then Bottas has dropped 2 positions. See how is he not moving? He is in the pits. That's a good question. Uh Bottas is a brake failure. So our first DNF is going to be Valtteri. Here is Lindblad trying to get ahead. He's gotten ahead of Isaac. No, that's I'm sorry. So we got a Red Bull fight going on here. It's Isaac Lawson. Yes, Isaac Lawson and Lindblad in a fight at this moment. Baj's brakes were on fire. Thank you. Best mustache of the paddock is out. Slasker Turtle, thank you so much. JPW, welcome. Lawson reported fire. Reported overheating. Right now he's 9th. Teammates right behind him. Stewards are they looked at Antonelli leaving the track and getting advantage and decided no further investigation on that. Oh, Perez is coming in. Yeah, Perez smoking the puck. Yeah, so yeah, the Perez in the pits to retire as well. So this has been a short race. It's not a good weekend for the Cadillac team. I think this might have been the hottest for that team so far. So we know that Checo's car has had an issue all weekend long. So yeah, both Cadillacs are out. I mean, this is their first season in F1. I mean, to have a bad weekend, is not to be understated. And again, it's their first weekend. I mean, it's their first year in as a team on the grid. So, um, if we put this weekend's result aside, Cadillac has actually performed extremely well, given it's their first year. Yeah, one of the things that is happening here at Spielberg that hasn't happened at other races is that we are about 600 meters above sea level, seemingly much higher than any other track to date so far. And that's what that means is basically there's less air, physically, there's less air in the area. It's a reduction about air density is like 6-7% less than, say, where we were. Scott pointing out there's been worse first season F1, definitely. Because Antonelli coming up on Leclerc right now. How did Max go from P5 to P3? He passed. Antonelli did not have a great start, and he's managed to pass Leclerc as well. And Antonelli's getting a pass Leclerc at the moment. Max is about 2 or 3 car lengths behind Hamilton right now. Max is under a second right now, 0.6, 0.5, depending on where you're on the lap. Antonelli is about 3 seconds back from Max, but Leclerc is still within a second. And Oscar's now within a second of Leclerc. So there's a train right there. Keep an eye on. Turn on captions. Max about to have a ham sandwich. Oops. Looking at what you guys are saying in chat at the moment. Again, both Ferrari and Red Bull brought major upgrades this weekend. I know, again, Ferrari bringing an engine upgrade as well. So Leclerc reporting over the radio that the tire degradation is as expected. Afraid another podium. No, not yet. I mean, Antonelli is 3 seconds, over 3 seconds back from Max in fourth. I mean, right now our podium is Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen. That was the engineer, not Leclerc. Okay, no worries. Andy, I need just one more car to retire for my bingo points. Fine, Red Bull's not a tractor. Hammer time. It's a little too early for hammer time at the moment. Hamilton's 3.2 seconds off from Russell right now. They're telling Russell that Max could trigger this early. I'm assuming that's going to be pit stops. So that any time that he can get on those two is going to be valuable. Okay, we're on lap 11 of 61 laps to go. This is a 71 lap race. Again, we're getting into the pit window for. I was saying the pit window is that is Max getting ahead. Yeah, that's Max getting ahead of Hamilton. Hamilton's going to take the position back. Max locks up. Oh, he's on the inside of Hamilton. Hamilton's not giving him a lot of room. Hamilton takes new inside. The inside becomes the outside. Hamilton, ooh, Max goes off. His wheels go off track a little bit. He's dipping into the gravel. That drops him back just a little bit. So yeah, no, Hamilton basically gave no room whatsoever to Max through this. So we got a fight right now. Right now, the fight is between Hamilton and Verstappen. Max did get ahead of Hamilton for portion. Max thinks that was a penalty. So I'm not really sure because Max wasn't ahead of Hamilton when he was pushing. Broho called Hamilton ruthless. I mean, these to be a world champion, you have to be ruthless. Good fight so far with Hamilton and Max. We're going to replay of the start. Max has dropped back about half a second. Showing replay of the start, and they're showing Antonelli going wide at the beginning of that. There was an investigation of him going wide, taking an advantage, but there was no advantage gained. It was off the track twice, actually. Just at turn 1 and then at turn 3. Yeah, that's the big thing is Hamilton is now pitting. So Hamilton is down to 10th virtue. So he's gone from a medium to the hard. Ins involving Perez will investigate after the race while start moving before the signal. I mean, he's out of the race now, so it's a moot point. If he gets a penalty, it will be applied to the next race, unfortunately, which is next week at Silverstone. So Hamilton pitting on lap 13. It's going to be an undercut on everyone else. Why pit? This is basically an undercut pit to get onto better tires quicker. Clerk is coming in next. He's going to hard tires as well. And 2.7 stop for Leclerc. I didn't get the stop time for Hamilton. They were not showing him at that. Hamilton passing looks like one of the Audis has to be, I think that's Bortoletto that he passes on track. Gasly coming in for a stop. So Hamilton passes Bortoletto for 9th. Leclerc's going to come out at 11th. Going to be ahead of Ocon and Hulkenberg. Max moves up to second and so Russell's still leading. Max takes second by virtue of Hamilton pitting, Antonelli third, Oscar fourth, Norris fifth, and Isaac sixth. So. Right now, Hamilton is 25 seconds back on Russell. He was, we know that Max is 5 seconds back. They're saying right now the Hamilton would be about 2.5. So about a quarter second. Hamilton would be about a quarter second ahead of Max if he pits now. So. We got a 10-pound donation from Paula Boo. You are a legend in our chat. Thank you so much for the Max and Max tiers. Let's go, 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 go. So they're noting Hamilton Verstappen incident. So Hamilton is at fault here. Turn 6, forcing another driver off the track. It's been noted. So again, given the order how it's written, Hamilton is the driver, the offender here. It does make sense that Hamilton would be at least noted. We'll see if there's if they investigate or they So Max gets ahead of Hamilton, but Hamilton comes up on the inside on the turn. They're showing replays, but I don't see. They're not showing where Hamilton pushed Max off the road, and I believe that is Hamilton getting ahead of Lindblad for 8th now. So Hamilton having the advantage of tires right now. Oh my God, Swarovski Turtle. Kyle couldn't take a break this weekend. Ooh. Yeah, I look away and people are spamming chat. Come on, guys. I'm blocking them and kicking people out of chat for rude messages that are being caught you guys don't even see. So Russell's taking one. I don't think so. I don't think that the tire degradation is going to allow him to do a one stop. I mean, we're looking at Hamilton with an undercut right now, pushing on these hard tires. Same with Leclerc. He has taken a second on Russell so far. He was over 25. He's now 24.2.3. So he's gained a second over the last two laps. How's Isaac slower than? Because Max is in free air, dude. Max is 5 seconds behind Russell, and Isaac is in dirty air behind Norris and Oscar. Again, I want to point out that the Ferraris have pitted so they've gone for an undercut, and we're looking at 3-4 laps of undercut at this moment. Leclerc passing Bortoleto for 10th right now. Again, Matt Hamilton is 24.2 behind Russell. He was 25, high 25 after he pitted. Max right now has lost time to Hamilton. Hamilton's now passing Lawson on track, and then Bortoleto's now pitting. He started on a soft tire. Yeah, the big thing is Hamilton has definitely gained a second on Max at this point. Here comes Max coming in the pits. Looked good. 2.4 stop. Isaac now coming into the pits. Isaac gets a 2.8 stop. Lindblad coming to the pits. So Isaac lost 21 seconds in that pit stop, and Lindblad got a 2.2 stop. That's great. The Racing Bulls sister team is getting good stops. Again, Hamilton versus Max again. Right now, Antonelli is getting second on virtue of the pit order right now. Russell coming into the pits. So Antonelli will get lead of the race by virtue of the pit order right now. That was fast. 2.3 for Russell. So really good at the top of the board. We're getting good stops. No stinkers. Oh, that was slow for Oscar. 3.3 for Oscar. So this is the first one above 3. comes Lawson coming in. So Oscar basically lost a second. Lawson does a 2.9 stop, which is not bad. It's not, I mean, it's under 3. It's okay, but it's slightly slower than you expect. So Lando right now, P2 after pit order. Again, Antonelli first, Norris second. Again, they're there because they haven't pitted. We're looking at like 20, 21 stop window under green right now. So that would put Russell 8 seconds ahead of Antonelli. And Norris would be another 10 seconds back from Antonelli after pit order. So Antonelli is, again, 8 seconds ahead of behind Russell, 7 behind Hamilton, 5 behind Max on a good stop. So about just ahead of Leclerc is where Antonelli would probably come out if he pitted right now. No further investigation on Hamilton, Verstappen, forcing another driver. So that forcing the driver off note that was noted earlier. It's no more investigation. What happened to the Ducati? Yeah, they had brake issues. There was issues with the car, and again, we know that Checo's car had issues all weekend long. Colpiano had a 21 stop pit, and that is Norris pitting right now. Coming in for a stop. That was a 3-second stop, which is not ideal. Slow. So there's definitely some time lost there on Norris. Norris is dropping to 8th right now after that pit order. So again, right, and that so right now we're looking at Max getting ahead of Hamilton on track. Hulkenberg pitting right now. Hamilton and Max are fighting again. So Max is getting ahead of Hamilton. Let's see. Isaac is just set the fastest lap with 111. 111.268 specifically. Antonelli talking about his brakes at the moment. Again, he's 10 seconds ahead of Russell, but he hasn't pitted, so that's about 11 seconds he would drop back after Russell. Right now, we're looking at he would fall back behind Leclerc into 6. Oh, Lando went wide, went through the gravel. Yeah, that's at turn 3, I believe. We are on lap 23 of 71. There's 49 laps to go in this race. We're about a third of the way through this race. Again, you're listening to the Race 6 channel, and this is Grass with you live with the Austrian Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring. So Russell's just gained on his teammate significantly. So what was 10 seconds back previously is now 8.3. BCW temp. Member 32 months. Wow, thank you so much, my friend. Shouting out for Max, one of our Max tiers in chat. Thank you so much. So right now it's basically Antonelli, Behrman, Alonso, and Stroll have not pitted yet. Antonelli's the one at the top. Again, we've lost about another second. So Antonelli's dropping his brake. His tires are going. He's gone 23 laps on that medium tire. That's probably gone. He's probably gone 3 laps too long. To be quite honest. He's still right now predicted to drop behind Leclerc, but he's going to be closer to Oscar than Leclerc. He'd be about a second. Antonelli just came in a 3-second stop. We have yellow on track. We have a virtual safety car. Why do we have the virtual safety car? Oh, that is one of the Williams. That's Carlos Sainz. Yeah, Carlos Sainz just loses power and comes to. It looks like he came stop on the straight. So he's already out. He's good. He's out. So the car didn't crash. It just came to a halt. Engine problem for the Williams, and that takes out Sainz, who was looking for the third DNF for your bingo board. You got that. So we are currently under a virtual safety car. Car is on the track. Not in pit lane. It's in the. It's at. He's in the start zone. The start grid area. Hamilton hitting again. Hamilton hitting again under this virtual safety car. I think he's going to another set of hards. No, Hamilton going to a set of softs. Two lap used softs, but still he's going to soft. So he's going on definitely a 3-stop strategy. Those softs are not gonna. Pit lane entry is closed. Okay, so that because they're rolling Sainz's car through the pit lane. That's why the pit lane is closed at the moment. So Hamilton drops to where's Hamilton? Hamilton drops to 7th on soft tires. So we're looking to see him charge forward. Why soft road? Because they're gonna try and charge through the field. Right now we've got Isaac chasing Oscar, and we've gone back to green. So right now the order, our pit order is cleared out. Russell leading the race again. Verstappen second, Leclerc is third. Antonelli's only about a second within Leclerc. Then it's about 3 seconds back for Oscar and Isaac, Hamilton's 1.7 back, but he's charging. He's already gotten 2/10 on Isaac. He's got the second fastest sector. Fastest second sector of this race so far. Antonelli's got the fastest first sector. While Antonelli technically pitted under green, he got an advantage with the fact that Hamilton pitted and the fact that that virtual safety car came out. Stroll getting blue flags waved for him already. In fact, Sainz in the pits. So Stroll and Alonso have fallen back a lap already. And then we got Colapino, who is 17th. He's lost a position. Again, I'm going to ask people to not spam chat. Thank you so much. Fastest lap is on Max Verstappen. So we've got Leclerc, Anthony, Oscar right now in a line. And we're looking at Hamilton, Norris, Lindblad packed up together at the moment. Hamilton currently 7th. He's about half second. No. Yeah, he's about half second from Isaac now. Norris is about... So looking at Leclerc, and he's got Antonelli and Oscar behind him. Antonelli's about half a second to Leclerc right now. On lap 30 of 71, we've got 42 laps to go. Again, this is the Austrian Grand Prix, and this is Grass with You live coverage of this race. We've got Leclerc and Antonelli being shown, and we've got Hamilton. Which Aston Martin is that? That's Stroll. That's being Stroll yellow. Noted infringement, yellow flag infringement, and that's Antonelli getting ahead of Leclerc. Oh, Leclerc had a bad turn. Very bad turn. That brought next to him. Did we jump to Hamilton? Yeah, okay, we jumped to Hamilton. So we're looking at Oscar, Hamilton, Isaac at the moment. And Isaac is fighting with Hamilton. That I didn't expect. Hamilton's 6th, Isaac 7th, Norris is 8th. Isaac within a half a second, and Norris is back probably about a second now. Isaac going on the outside of Hamilton. That's not getting enough momentum to overtake Hamilton. Hamilton's going to keep the position. So unexpected fight with Hamilton and Isaac. Back to Kimi and Leclerc again. Kimi has gotten a position on Leclerc. So Antonelli, Leclerc, and Hamilton and Isaac are our two big fights at the moment. Lawson within a second of Lindblad. Yet another yellow flag noted incident noted on Albon. So these are noted but not investigated yet. So again, the order of operations is that something is noted, something is then investigated, um, or could be investigated after the end of the race, and then after the investigation, then a penalty could. Um, we don't fully take notice. Again, the timing board on F1 TV doesn't take notice of any race control messages until they are actually investigated. So Hamilton mode TS, whatever that TS mode is, he's asking why, and it's because of temperature. And apparently, that is going to drop power because Hamilton says he doesn't have power as it is already. Not only Science is in the pits right now. I don't know if they're going to send him back out or if he's going to retire, but that puts Alonso and Stroll into 19th and 18th and 19th position. Albon, his teammate, Science's teammate, is 17th. So the bottom three teams are in those positions as it is. Wait, blue flag for Albon. Try to say. Oh yeah, that I was looking at Max and Albon on track, but Albon was getting blue flags because he's now dropped. So we've got Calpino, Albon, Stroll, and Alonso all blue flagged at this point. They're already a lap down. Ocon right now is the next. He's going to get in a few. It's going to be either this lap or next lap. He will get. Oh no, Colpino. Here we go. It's going to be any moment now. Ocon is going to get blue flag waved, and he'll drop down a lap. Russell. Happened to Lando. If I remember correctly, Lando didn't have a great stop. TS mode. What is that? I have no clue. What is TS? I don't know. That's plan whatever of Ferrari. For Dorothy in Twitch chat, is Science retiring? I suspect that he is at this point. He's been in chat pit for so long. Why did Hamilton? So when yeah, Science actually did stop. Actually, I take that back. Science did stop on track. My apologies. So we're now. I mean, it's just a matter of time when that should be flipped over to retired. Ocon pit out now. It's gone to. He did a medium hard strategy. So with Hamilton, when Sainz stopped, they took the opportunity to take a quicker pit stop to put on soft tires, and that has somewhat. He's gained like maybe 2 positions. He probably needed to gain more. Again, right now he's 1.2 behind Oscar. So that's the point, is to put onto those soft tires for several laps to push forward. Though again, if you look at the tires, they've gone 12 on mediums, 13 on hards, 11 on softs. Technically, it's been 9 laps. It was 2 U laps used when Hamilton put those on. So it was a strategy gamble. We are at lap 36. There are 36 left to go, so we're halfway through this lap. So recap of what's happened. Start ended up relatively good. You've noted speeding in the pit lane for Alonso. But we've noted, but basically we had a good clean start. The Ferraris tried to undercut, and I don't think that panned out very well, to be quite honest. Perez and Bottas, third, lap 4, lap 2, respectively. There's the Cadillacs having a brake issue, fire issue, temperature issues, all of the above. First two retirements. Sainz would retire lap 23. And that would be an engine issue. That allowed Hamilton to do another stop. Austria getting ahead of Leclerc for 4th right now. What's going on with the Ferraris? They're side by side at the moment, switching back and forth over positions. Hamilton's going to get the advantage on Leclerc and get ahead of him. So this is the point. Hamilton is supposed to be using these soft tires to get this advantage. Ferrari were fighting, but I think they've now stopped, and Leclerc is coming in. Yeah, Leclerc is pitting. He's gone to another set of hard tires. So it's a medium hard strategy for Leclerc right now. Hamilton will probably pit again in a few laps. He's gone 12 laps on a so you see 14 laps, but it's actually 12 laps on those softs. Those are two lap used softs already. Thanks, Shay. TS is either torque strategy or traction strategy. And Hamilton didn't like that because he didn't have power, is what he said over the radio when it was asked about TS mode. So I wonder if Ferrari is seeing something that we don't. Again, Clark with the 13 on the medium, 24 on the hard. There's 33 laps to go. Do they think they're going to go all the way on those hards of 33 laps? It could be a 3-stop strategy for Leclerc. I'm telling Hamilton that he needs to get to Oscar at this point. Clerk falls back to 8th after that pit. Gasly's pitting. Again, he's on a medium hard strategy. He might go on to another hard. He did 25 laps on that hard. What does TF's tire say? I don't believe it's tire saving. Someone still doesn't believe that. Mercedes. Investigation after race, Albon yellow flag infringement. Why after the race? Oh my God. We're gonna probably get another. Albon is going to be investigated after a race for a yellow flag infringement. We're halfway through the race right now. Why can't you do it now? Man, that soft of Hamlin won't last long. Yeah, he's already gone 14 laps, and then there's two more laps that were used on it already. So it's 16 laps used tire. I don't know if Ferrari's messed up the strategy. I think they've gone for undercuts and they've gone for. I mean, they did 13 and 12 on those medium. They could have gone longer. Hamlin's kind of about no. Hamlin's not bottom. He's actually again. He's within a second of Oscar right now, so he is pushing on those soft tires. Got spammers in chat. He used sophomore laps in the hard. That makes no sense. Well, it's because they had the opportunity with the virtual safety car to put on the softs. Clerk on those hards, right? Basically now getting fastest second sector. Blue flags for Colapino. Who is he around? He's around Oscar. So Max is only 1.4 back on Russell. That's actually big. He's within range of Russell. A quick push and he'd be under a second. He'd get overtake. Antonelli's third right now, but he's 6.6 seconds back. Oscar's 8.4 seconds back. Hamilton is 1.3 back. He's dropped 2/10, another tenth to 1.4 back. He's gone 18 laps on those softs. Well, technically it's 16 laps with another 2 laps used already. Here comes Hamilton, and here comes Oscar. Oscar does 2.3 stop. Hamilton 2.2 stop. So it's going to be Oscar then Hamilton coming out of the pits. There's a clerk fall. Clerk is going to be ahead of Oscar and Hamilton. Isaac was going to be about a second behind Hamilton after this pit order. Fastest lap of 110.916 for Leclerc. Got no points for a fastest lap anymore, but still noted that he has the fastest lap. Incident ignoring blue flags, Alonso noted. Russell coming in. .3 stop. That's good. So Max Verstappen taking the lead of the race by virtue of pit order right now. So looking at Max, Antonelli, and Norris. Russell's going to be ahead of Norris after that pit. So that's the time we're looking at. Norris right now is 20. So Max would do the pit. Depending on how the pit goes, he would come out around where Norris is right now. But again, Norris hasn't pitted, so we're on lap 44 with 28 laps to go. Max has gone 25 on those hards. If he can go another 3 laps, anywhere three to 4 laps. It's about right now advantage. So right now Russell has about 3 seconds on Max. He's pushing. He's now under 17 seconds. Norris is under bouncing around 21 seconds again, but he has to pit as well. Antonelli is about 5 seconds behind Max. Oscar right now taking the fastest lap of the race with a 1:10.753. Fastest third sector. P2 in sector 2. Involving car 18 Stroll noted ignoring blue flags. Hulkenberg, no, so Borrello is pitting right now. Max Bucks, no, Max needs to wait another lap or two before pitting. Because then he'll basically he'll get fresher tires. I know he's losing time to Russell. Max is going on stints. Well, with 26 laps to go, he's in range to put on the hard tires. Antonelli right now 4.2 behind Max. He's got about 6 lap advantage on him at the moment. Lawson right now pitting. 2.4 stop time. Hulkenberg pitting right now. Hulkenberg's going to come out 13. He's going to come back. He's going to come back 13th, and he's going to be a lap down as well. Behrman's pitting. He's a lap down as well. So right now, Lawson is P10 is already a lap down, and Lindblad is next. It'll be a while. Stroll is already 2 laps down. Give him a stop now. No, actually he's getting on. He's actually getting on Max, so is Russell. In fact, this is probably the question is right now. Is Russell on? He's on a 2-stop. Is he on a 2 or 3-stop strategy? And it's hard to tell. He'd have to push those tires, those hard tires, to 28 laps, which Max has done. See, the thing is that while Russell has advantage right now, Max will have advantage later on because he'll have fresher tires. Why Max pitting now? I think Max might actually be on a 2-stop, honestly, on a 2-stop strategy. And I don't think Russell is. I don't think Russell's on a 2-stop. He might be on a 3-stop strategy because of the tire degradation. Max has definitely lost several seconds to Russell. It's about, I would say, about 6 seconds, and Antonelli, it's about 4 seconds. If Max actually would be third place, yeah, that's where he would come in after pitting. But the question is, where's Russell versus Antonelli in this case? And Antonelli would come out behind Max right now still. Pino is holding up like Lando in the pit lane. So no further investigation on yellow. Max saying his tires are dead, which makes sense. He's gone 30 laps on hard tires. Lost significant amount of time. Max is now pitting. Now I suspect Max is going to come in for hard tires. And Danley's going to get yeah, he goes for hard tires. So Max has a 2.2 stop time, which is very good, very good. So Antonelli taking lead of the race by virtue of pit order. Russell is second. Max have come out. He's going to be third. So this is clearly a 2-stop strategy for Max. He comes 19 seconds behind Antonelli. It's about 8 seconds difference. So that would be about 11 seconds difference between Russell and Verstappen right now. Max on fresher hard tires should be able to charge on Russell. So the question is, when do they pull in Antonelli? Right now, the gap is 7.7 and 18.7. Those tires are definitely falling off at this point. Only 8 drivers are on the lead lap right now. That's going to be safely. Again, Lando's only 36 seconds back. So he's relatively safe from being lapped. Track is very hot. Track right now is at 51.3. We've seen it hotter though, I think yesterday. Antonelli's being called to come in the box. So this is definitely 2-stop strategy with Antonelli and Verstappen. We'll see if that will work with Russell. He's going to have to go 28 laps on those hards, which is possible. Antonelli's going to come out behind Max, it looks like. Involving Norris pit lane infringement. So Max is 10 seconds behind, 10 and a quarter behind Russell, and Antonelli is 14 seconds behind, 14 and a half behind Russell. Those are our gaps right now. Oscar's within a second and a half to Antonelli now. Hamilton's 2.3 back, and then we've got Leclerc within a half second of Hamilton. So Hamilton has fresher tires. Isaac is about 3 seconds back, and then we've got 7 back on Norris, and then it jumps 37 seconds with Lindblad, with Lawson and Lindblad. VSC deployed. What just happened? So Albin just did a replay of Albin hitting one of the Balliards at turn 3. And I think that's what brought out the virtual safety car. So the virtual safety car is ending. We're going back to green flag, running right away. That gives a second jump on Max to Russell at this moment. Wow, actually, he just got a big jump. So right now Max is 9.4 seconds back, 9 seconds back. So he's gaining on Russell. Looking at Charles Leclerc right now, 6. His teammate is ahead of him. Only about 0.9 behind him. So no further investigation on an Ocon investigation. Did Stroll get a penalty? Because I see a red mark on him. Not as it really matters. He's in last position right now. Stroll is out. When did Stroll come in? He retired. I missed Stroll coming in. You guys need to... Gentlemen, you do not have to put the same message in chat 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. That's spamming chat. There you go. Bill has missed the race to this point. Does Ferrari have any chance based on strategy, or they just drop back? I think they've based on pit. They did an undercut that didn't really work. Camel just tried going on a soft tire that didn't really work. So they're on hard right now. Leclerc probably pushing his tires. He's probably not going to pit again. And Hamilton's probably going to go to the end of the race on those hard tires. Same with Oscar, same with Antonelli, same with Max and Russell. I suspect Russell's going to the end of the race on these tires. Now, granted, Max has pushed. He was like 12 seconds back. He's now 8.5 seconds back. Antonelli's dropped back 4.8 behind Max, so he's not keeping up pace with Max at this moment. Colapino has moved up to 15th. He's up a position. Finally, getting a point off of him. For those who didn't do bingo this weekend, one of the things they did was a driver roulette, basically, where you pick 8 things and then. So it looks like Alonso has penalty served, spitting in the pit lane. He is clearly 2 laps down, and not a factor in this race anymore. But as it stands right now, if you guys didn't, those who did bingo, where we got a fight going on here. That would be I think that's Isaac getting ahead of Leclerc. Yep, that is definitely Isaac getting ahead of Leclerc. Who's behind them? I think that's Gasly, who's a lap down. So Leclerc saying these tires are something I can't repeat on the air. Swore. He's on hards that have gone 17 laps. He might, I don't know. Let's see how things go. They might pull him in. Pit lane for no further investigation on Norris with pit lane infringement. What happened was that Colapino came into the pit and Norris came out behind him. We are on lap 57. We've got 15 laps to go of this 71 lap race. Again, this is Grash with you live coverage of the Grand Prix. Hamilton's going to get a podium on third. Yeah, Hamilton could get a podium. Maybe. Let's see. Hamilton right now is 3.5 behind Oscar. Max right now is pushing on Russell. He's now only 7 seconds behind Russell. He's just done the best lap of the race so far for himself. At 10.483. Which is within half a tenth of Antonelli's fastest lap. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, Antonelli and Max are doing 110s. The only other person doing 110s is Norris right now. Russell's in 111.5, Oscar 111.3, Hamilton 111.2. Now Max under 7 seconds, 6.8 specifically. So Max is pushing forward on Russell. That gap is getting smaller, and that's what those are the key numbers we're looking at right now. Mercedes engine clearly illegal. No, it's not illegal. You haven't stayed up with the news. You haven't paying attention. If that engine was illegal, they wouldn't be on track with that engine in the car. Bottom line. Yeah, we don't allow fake news. We don't allow absolutely false statements in this chat. We have standards. We're better than that. If you want to like complain like that, go to another chat. I mean, we're not the channel for you. I'm sorry. Anyways, back to the race itself. Again, recap right now. We've got 4 retirements. Stroll, Sainz, Perez, Bottas have retired. Alonso's 2 laps back, and then we've got Lawson through Albon 1 lap back. Russell right now in charge of this race, but Max is charging on him. Another second gone in that gap. We're now under 6 seconds. We're 5.8. Russell did a 111.1 and Max did a 110.5, so that's 6/10 right there and more. Antonelli's third. He's keeping pace with Max. Just did a new fastest lap. He was about a 2/10 faster. A tenth and a quarter. So he's just under 4 seconds now. He was above 4, like 4.5, 4.25 a few laps ago. So Antonelli charging on Max, Max charging on Russell. And again, Max has just got another half second on Russell. He's at 5.5. Uh, hit the like button and the temperature will drop 50 degrees. No, it will not drop 15 degrees. In fact, track temperature is 51.1. It's actually up 2 degrees since we started. Air temperature is another 2 degrees up, 33.4. And it will; those temperatures are going to just still increase. 10 laps to go in this race right now. We are on lap 62 of 71. One of the things that you can, if you want to support us, we do have a Patreon for races. It has a great Patreon. If you want to go further into the data, the boss is actually doing that work over on Patreon. We also have that work on some on the website as well. We've got 10 laps to go, and Max is now 5.1. He's about to drop under 5 seconds. Lonzo getting blue flag waves. Where is he? He's behind Bierman, so it's for Leclerc. Leclerc right now, the last driver on the lead lap. Tifosi said, I mean, it could be worse. I mean, it's not. It's they Ferrari tried to do an undercut that didn't work, and they've tried. They tried put Hamilton on soft tires, which got him ahead, but not enough. I mean, right now we're looking at this race as somewhat stabilized a bit after the third. So right now, until he's 3.4 behind Max. Max is about just hovering above 5 seconds on Russell. Antonelli last lap did a 110.8. Max did a 111.0. Russell did 111.1. So only 1/10 difference between Max and Russell on that last lap. Yeah, Antonelli is getting closer each lap, but it's small. Like we needed him to get seconds. Yeah, we needed seconds on that lap to get closer to Max. Max right now is under 5 seconds, 4.7. So he just did a 10.9. Russell did a 1.2. Let's see. So Max has gained about half second on Russell over that last lap. 7 laps to go. Will there be enough time to get there? It's going to be tough. We need, yeah, if Russell makes any mistakes and loses time, significant time, we could have Max trying to get on him at the end of this race. Some of you are being crass in chat right now. You're just being timed out for the rest of the day. We'll see you in Silverstone. Anyways, back to the race. We got Russell first, Max second. Max right now at 4.1 seconds. Significant gain, another half-second gain on Russell. Got 6 laps to go in this race. And I think he's slowed down to a half a second gain. I think he's going to be a second off, which is unfortunate. If we had, yeah. It's about a 6 lap. So Max has 6 laps advantage on Russell on those hard tires. Russ right now is within a second of Isaac right now. So that's a potential fight going on for 6. Max is now 3.6 seconds behind Russell. 5 laps to go. If he's only getting a half a second each lap, yeah, he's going to be about a second out when this race ends. He's got 2-3 laps. If this race had gone another 3-4 laps, Max could possibly win it. What happened to President Bottas? Laps 4 and 2. Cars had issues. Brake issues, brake fires, reliability issues. And so those cars came out early. Sainz stopped on track, and Stroll was retired. So for those of you who had 3 or 4 cars retiring on your bingo board, you got it. Stroll Alonso right now 18th, 2 laps back. So is Albon and Ocon, and the rest up through Lawson are 1 lap back. Kimmy's pushing. He's now 2.3 seconds behind Max. We got 4 laps to go. Max is now 3.5 seconds back. George is going to win. Yeah, it's looking like this is a George Russell win as it stands right now with 4 laps to go. Max is P2, 3.5 seconds back, and then Antonelli's 2 seconds back. Antonelli's got 2 laps advantage on Max, 6 laps advantage to Max to Russell. Max might overtake. I don't think so. He's too far back with not enough laps. If incident involving Alonso will be investigated after race, ignoring blue flag. Same thing with Stroll. So Aston Martin being called to the steward's office. Where we are right now. Oscar is 13 seconds back. Hamilton is 4 seconds back. Yeah. Norris was within a second of Isaac. He's fallen back to 1.1. So I think this race is now starting to fall into position. 3 laps to go. I think this is where our race is going to be. Max has gotten to 3 seconds. He's going to be under 2 seconds in a moment. But again, three laps to go. The big thing is that Max is still pushing because if Russell makes a mistake, which he has done. Max could makes a big mistake, loses 5 seconds. Max inadvertently could sweep in for position. And it may be under seconds on Verstappen, but he is the Flying Dutchman for sure. Yeah, I mean that's he's now 2.6 seconds back with 2 laps to go. I mean, if we had another 3 laps, 4 laps, there'd be a fight for first. Anthony's within about a second of Max now. That could be huge. We could have a fight. We could have a fight for a second. We'll see. Yeah, right now Russell is definitely taking back P2 in the Drivers' Championship from Hamilton as things stand. Another blue flag's being waved for Alonso. He's going to go down a third. He's going to go down 3 laps now as Russell passes him. And then he's going to have to let Verstappen and Antonelli go by him as well. 0.8 to Max with 1 lap go. This is our final lap. So will Antonelli make a charge on Max? He's 0.8 back. 0.6 back. Yeah, Russell right now is 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds ahead of Max. Now it's under 2 seconds. So if Russell makes a mistake and loses a significant amount of time, Max and Antonelli are going to be there to pick up. But we'll see. Antonelli's half a second on Max right now. They've just gone around turn 4. So coming to the end of sector 1 right now. Turn 6. Antonelli's still about a half second behind Max right now. So it's a defense for Max. Max is 1.6 behind Russell. He will probably, again, as predicted, probably get to within a second of Russell at the end of the race. And that is the end of the race. My apologies. That was Russell passing the line. Max comes in 1.6 behind, and Antonelli 0.3 behind Max. Oscar is about 20 seconds back. It's gonna be a while before we get anyone out who's not on the podium. We will probably see people like Lawson and Lindblad are a lap down, so we're going to see lap cars come in. Oscar in 4th, Hamilton 5th, Isaac 6th, Norris 7th. And that was our race, everyone. One's also trying to. No, the problem is once you are lapped, you can't unlap yourself. That's the problem with the blue flag system is that you cannot unlap yourself on track because once you get ahead of the driver ahead of you, you're going to get blue flags to basically drop you back. Big L for right now, not ideal. It's not a big loss. I wouldn't be a big L. A big L would have been out of the points or retirements. I mean, big L is right now we're looking at Cadillac had a big L this weekend. But, it's the first race at high altitude. I'm not saying it's not a loss. I'm just saying it's not a big loss. There's a difference. You guys are jumping all over everything at the moment. All right. Well, that's our race. Russell first, Max second, Antonelli third. That is our podium. For everyone here, that's going to bring our coverage of the race to a close. Again, for everyone here, we've had a great weekend for, the Red Bull Ring. This Friday, we'll back this Friday. So July 3rd, we'll be back this Friday for the beginning of Silverstone. So for everyone here at Racing Statistics, this is Grash. We will see you on Friday. Take care, everyone.